So I don't know who else to tell this to, but my life is kind of a mess right now. I'm not drinking, which is good. I've been about a year sober, which is fine. But I'm having a lot of stressors in my life. So um, I had to tell my mother the other day um, because it's just difficult to say. Um, I've tried for about 30 years with my family members going back and forth trying um, to figure out like personal problems between like the four or five of us. So I've got my mother who's dysfunctional. Um, you try carrying on a regular conversation with her and she just gets angry at you. Okay. My dad is a classic narcissist, to such a point that um, I haven't been able to pursue anything of real value in my own life. Everything that I like to do, this man just argues at me uh, constantly about it. And and then my brother asked him like, "Hey man, how come you're not talking to me? At all? It's been like years. Years. Oh, didn't I talk to you just yesterday? Well, yeah, like around the holidays. Yeah, sure. Um, but the thing is, you don't invite me out to things. You don't let me hang out with your buddies. I don't really have a social life. I got a total of like two friends, maybe three. Uh, it's not a lot of people that uh, like me for me, and I'm just tired of it. Of every time I get to go on, I get a job, I get sabotaged with the job because I have to go on a 15-hour car ride during Thanksgiving instead of just getting a plane ticket to go see the family for 4 days. Um, Anything else I need to do is interesting. More or less, what I'm trying to get at is I'm I'm just done. I'm ending this year with with not dealing with family members um, that just don't like me. And if they're toxic to me, if they're negative to me, um, I just have to leave. I have to leave. I have to go find people that are going to help me find my talents and what I'm good at. And they keep trying to gaslight me and they keep trying to, like, get me to stay. Yeah, don't worry, you're in a great position. Uh, this house was given to me by my dad, but anytime I have friends over, he just barges in. Anytime I do anything to the house, he says I can't do it. Um, I mean, the only reason why I'm sticking here pretty much is because the rent's low. But basically, my entire life, I've never had a good relationship with my father. Um, and I could talk about that forever. He used to beat us as children to such a point. I don't really remember the first like 7 years of my life existence. Um, yeah. I remember being chased as a little kid in the dark because I wouldn't stop crying. I just wanted someone to come in and tuck me in and say, "Good night, I love you, you know, sleep well." So I started yelling, screaming, crying for like 3 hours, and Dad had to get up the next morning. So he rips me out of the bed, and I go running to Mom, and I'm hearing his big scary footsteps behind me. Mind you, I was like maybe 5, so I was tiny. Um, and it's dark in there, and all I'm hearing is Dad's footsteps. And I go to run the corner, and of course, because Mom is dysfunctional, she has this really big, elaborate bed sheet over the bed. And of course, how Mom has it, she's got the biggest bed possible in the tiniest room possible. I don't know why she does this, but okay. And then with that, I trip over this big metal piece hanging out the bottom right side of the bed frame. And I scrape up my entire leg from the top of my knee on my right leg down all the way to my ankle, because I was trying to get away from my dad, who was gonna hurt me, right? And I'm bleeding all over the covers because Dad's scaring the shit out of me. And instead of talking about me and is my son okay, he's complaining that the covers got ruined. You know, I don't know about you, but that's fucked up, right? And then other things like this are you know, um I recently got diagnosed as autistic, but we didn't do it with somebody in Michigan. My dad finally got me diagnosed at the age of 32. Somewhere down in Ohio. Ohio? Why in Ohio? That's the only expert that could diagnose me as ADHD. And then I start talking to this therapist that I think my dad knows, but she's in Ohio. Really weird. And she just keeps confirming the same things my dad does. So is this another form of control? I'm not actually getting any answers, right? But I have to pay an exorbitant money out of my own pocket to go to this therapist that just tells me the same thing Dad's saying. You don't need a therapist. Just go to AA because you have a drinking problem. Okay. It's like he's trying to waste my money, right? He's trying to waste my money. I put him in charge as my fiduciary a few years ago, getting out of the military, because I was kind of dysfunctional, and I wanted his help to help me grow my money and, you know, invest it in the stock market. And we had about $40,000 saved up. And I've got this little piece of shit car I got after I got out of the military back in, what, 2013? 2013. I think I got it in 2010 or 11. I think I got out in 2012, 12 or 13. You know, the month is always like, it's not the end of the year, it's like 9 months into the year or some bullshit. Um, um, so this car is notorious for just straight up falling apart. And there's no way that it's the manufacturer's fault. Ford, the company that he worked for, it's somehow or another it's my fault because I don't know how to drive a stick shift. Well, then please, by all means, take the time out of your day as a parent, lovingly, without yelling at me and being negative, show me how to drive the car. I've been driving it for 15 years. I think it's still here. My point is, I know how to drive a stick shift, okay? But the point is, Um, I've spent a lot of money on that car. So we had $40,000 locked away in the bank account. Um, Thanks to some, trickery my dad did. I was going to college. Dad got the money back. My dad's not entirely a bad guy, but I think he's made a lot of bad decisions on my behalf financially, almost as if he's trying to fuck me over. Um, so we spent roughly $20,000 over time getting this car fixed up. But Dad, being stubborn, thinking that um, Ford cars are ultra reliable now, and we all know they haven't been since '93 because they started adding all this electronic shit in it. Um, so much so that they discontinued the Ford Focus. Discontinuing the Ford Focus is like Henry Ford going at his time when he was alive, Henry Ford II, Henry Ford, right? And eliminating the Model T. It's the same thing. I've been telling Dad for so many years. I'm no, like, you know, business wizard here, but if you find a way to make the drag coefficient on every one of your cars so that you get better fuel consumption, then maybe aerodynamic, sporty looking cars is kind of the way to go. So, his ideology altogether is just very different than mine, and he tries to beat me over the head with all of his answers. Nah, I think Luigi Kalani is kind of the right way forward here. I think that's definitely the correct way to build cars in this thing called biodesign. And I definitely think I definitely think that's the better way to do things is off this stuff called biodesign. But just back to the personal attacks. You ever get criticized because your grass in the backyard got a little too long because it was like 100 degrees outside? So your dad comes over and he angrily mows it because he doesn't want to get a ticket from the city. And then after that, he comes in and points out that there's crabgrass in your yard. Now, mind you, I've done a lot of work to this backyard. I've leveled it, gotten everything, pristine. But he would never give me money out of my own pocket to get it to where I need it. So I dug this perimeter around the back yard, right? And this is another one of these points where he tells me, do whatever you want with it. But when I do whatever I want with the property, he tells me I can't do that and I make bad decisions. So he called me untrustworthy a few days ago during Christmas because he said that he doesn't want me to change anything else to the house because I am untrustworthy. I hire bad people. But hold on. If I don't have the means right now to deem that I'm in charge of my own finances and all the finance stuff. So we redid the kitchen, we tore up the carpet, we redid the backyard. So all of this was done under his supervision. Right. And Uh, it's like he just keeps making things complicated for no reason. I'm not really sure why, but that's just the way and how he does things. So I'm not really sure what the problem is with him, but I definitely think I have to move on. Um, my brother just constantly just avoids me. Um, you present people with the facts, and they just want to live in their own reality. Um, and so you try figuring out uh, what's going on, and you tell them stuff like cloud seeding. Yeah, cloud seeding's been a real thing. It's been a real thing for like 30 years, and they just laugh at you and call you a conspiracy theorist. Okay. Or I get gaslit like this. Um, the reason why you're depressed and sad isn't because of this. It's because of all the stuff you're not doing. Okay, right. But it's not like there's like internal stuff in me that needs to get resolved or anything, right? Oh, just get up and just just clean up your whole house, and then all your problems will be solved, Steve. Okay. It's the same thing as like you ever see any of those memes of like, hey, go to the gym, and then you won't be fat and ugly anymore. You'll just be ugly. Or, depression. Hey, maybe if I go to the gym all the time, I will you know, I'll be able to get rid of my depression. And then you're just fucking jacked with round shoulders, a tiny waist and like 8-pack abs and stuff. Nice legs. You got the perfect body. Big chest. Your back's all worked out, right? You got the lats going. And then your triceps are on point. Your arms are like 24 inches. Right? But then, uh, you're looking at it and you just go, nope, I'm still depressed. So I did all that work for years to get the perfect body, and I'm not good enough. Right? I need to get away from these people, man. I really do. Because I I can't live my whole life like that. I can't do that. Anytime I need something done around here, hey dad, the toilet's broken. Hey dad, the faucet outside is busted. hey hey dad, I need an AC unit on the side of the house. Before I move in, it's gonna get hot during the summer. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it. And I just get gaslit again. Hey, I keep having a neighbor in front of my house that's, you know, um, parking right behind my car every single day, and there's no driveway. I would like it, if you could put the money from the house that you refinanced at least twice while I've been here. Can you at least do some like minor upgrades here? Just something, please. Well, no, you got to save up $10,000. $10,000. How the fuck am I gonna do that? I'm a retired military guy that's trying to go back to college. I gotta leave. I have to leave. If I don't, then I just don't think life's gonna end very well for me. I'm very sad. I'm very depressed. I'm very isolated. Uh, I can't deal with it anymore with all of the dysfunctional people that aren't helping me grow. Uh, they are a tumor. They're a cancer to me as a person, and I've been trying to escape from these dysfunctional, negative people, like my entire life existence. I'm still very sad, you know. And another thing that I saw was this, right? Um, so uh, yeah, I heard this a couple years ago, and it's talking about what do you want to do for how do you eliminate all the negativity in your life, right? How do you do that? And well, uh, what happens is um, it's kind of the same thing. So I had a friend of mine I've known for a number of years, and I recently just broke off the friendship. Another one of these guys was Justin Kemp, Tony Shar, Brian Dills, um, Eric. I knew most of these guys from high school, and my friend Eddie Van Arsdale, I knew him from when I was during this time period, um, when I was very young, 5 years old, 7 years old, 10 years old. My friend Eddie was always there, and we laughed and had a lot of fun. Um, but when you say things like you see me in a military hat, because I haven't worn it in a while, and you say something weird like, because I am taking a picture where the lighting is best, I'm squinting my eyes a little bit of an angry face just for the sake of the picture, and you say I look constipated. I mean, like, I know a joke's a joke, and I'm in the bathroom because of the lighting, but that that just that just doesn't sit right with me, man. I mean, if you're jealous of me, or something else like that, then okay, I can understand, you know. But don't come in as a really old friend and try to like crush my vibe, you know. And like I understand, like your buddies are supposed to kind of like break your balls, but not like that, man. Uh-uh. Like, what, are you jealous because I was in the military and you weren't? Okay. And that's another sticking point for me. My dad would say dumb shit like, um, what kind of person would you be if you didn't go in the military? Oh, dead, addicted to drugs, uh, whoring myself out to big titty bitches. I don't know. I mean, what? You know, I know the plights and the problems in life, but to come at me and attack me for that, that's just wild to me, dude. Why would you hate on your son for being in the military? And he'll come back and say something passive aggressive like, "Oh no, it's not an attack on you. I'm just asking." Well, but you realize the consequences of what you're saying, right? Is that you can't you can't do that to somebody. What, was he going to guide me the whole way? What else would I have been? What else would I have done in my life that would have been uh, anything exceptional? What would I have done? Would I have become the engineer that he wanted me to become? Fuck this guy, dude. I'm so tired of it. I'm tired of it. You ever have a person? I used to choke on my food a lot growing up. That's part of the reason for my small stature, because I couldn't get enough nutrients into my body because I kept choking on my food. Um, so instead of helping me and taking me to the doctor and learning what's wrong with me, um, he decided to just let it ride. I have a partial lazy eye in my left eye because I never get a patch over this eye to make this one stronger. I've had cavities in my teeth, almost all of them, because um, of just how much my dad just doesn't trust doctors. Um, I had glasses I needed, tubes in my ears, and uh, another one of these stories that I got like gaslit on was I got hit by a truck when I was a little kid, and because we were drinking milk like every single day, um, the bike got mangled. Maybe the bike took the brunt of the hit, maybe. But I was trying to get away from my brother because he was attached to me 24/7, and I think that's part of the um, look, dude, I need some alone time. Okay, I've been hanging out with you every day for 15 goddamn years. Okay, leave me alone for a day, please. I don't want to be around you. I'm pissed off. I don't know how to work with any of this. And I just need to go to my buddy's house and hang out and just go play some video games or something because I don't want to kick your ass again. Right? And so I'm racing over to my buddy's house. I got my helmet on, my glasses on. I got this giant bike. It probably weighed about as much as I did at the time. Uh, you know, and I wave this guy on, and I'm knowing that my brother is gonna come out of the house. He's gonna get on his bike and he's gonna go fast as shit down the same road because he knows exactly where I'm going. And um, you know, just stuff like that. And I wave this guy on, and he's in this giant old steel body, square body uh, pickup truck, and he hits me. Trink! Right? And he didn't stop or anything. He just went for it. So I'm trying to like pull the bike, up and around so I don't get hit by this guy because for some reason he wouldn't go. And then I went at the same time he did. So I waved him on. He wouldn't go. So I went. And then he fucking guns it. How am I unobservant when the guy is at a full stop? Was this guy just being a dick? Or what? Like, I'm obviously panicked. I'm trying to get across the road. And the lesson that my dad and my brother pull from this, because they talk, isn't that I can't believe Steve's gone his entire life and done all this crazy shit. And the guy has a skeleton made out of like adamantium or something. How does he not break a single fucking bone in his body? He's done all this crazy shit. He's jumped off the roof of the house at least once. He's gotten get his ass kicked as a tiny kid from other people. And yeah, like I can't believe it. He's gone through his whole life and he hasn't broken any bones. What is this kid? Instead of saying that and the bike's all like mangled, and then they take me into Sean's house because I just wanted to play video games. I was kind of sore. My glasses got fucking destroyed, but like whatever. And And as far as that goes, um, um, the lesson, I think that was the last time I ever saw Sean, my Asian friend. And now he's doing, I don't know, whatever, fucking high college stuff. Um, and after all of this, um, uh, instead of saying like, dude, Steve's like indestructible, you know, knock on wood, right? But um, he my brother tells me I'm like the most unobservant person on all of planet Earth. And to back up that, um, I'm walking with my brother, and we're in the city over here in Dearborn, in Michigan, right? And we're walking, and we should be in a car for the most part, right? And I go stepping because the light's about to change, and he puts his hand out in front of me like he's protecting me, and I'm like, "What are you doing? Like, don't do that ever again." Oh well, I'm just protecting you because you're an idiot. What? He didn't say that, but he might as well have said that, right? Oh, you're unobservant. You're stupid. You didn't know how to ride a bike until you were older. Yeah, because I couldn't see. You know. Oh my god. The amount of trauma I've had from dealing with family members like this, uh, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. And nobody wants me to tell my side of the story because they're all building their happy lives and they would just rather not make it complicated. But, you know, I'm 34 and I'm getting nowhere in my life because all the people that I love and I want them to help me, they're not reliable. So now I have to go about on my own, get away from all these toxic people and dysfunctional people like my mom, and just fucking do something. I need to get out of here. I need to get my hairless cat and a few possessions I have in this house. I'm just gonna leave it as is. Dad can do whatever he wants to it. I'm gonna get, you know, done what I need to get done. And that's it. I'm out. I'm starting a new life. So I can't I can't do it anymore. I've been trying to talk to somebody since before Christmas, and I don't have another way of trying to get all this out because all the therapists that I'm trying to fucking meet with just give me no time a day. And you're like, "What the fuck is wrong with these people? You're supposed to help me." And just because the therapist, she was calling me out because she thought I wasn't gonna pay her. And I thought you were gonna pay me cash. Yeah, we're gonna pay you cash. I need you to talk to me for an hour or two because we got a lot of shit going on, you know? And does it really matter if you get paid right now or in 4 days? Like, seriously? You know? Well, I wouldn't have done it if I thought you had actual cash on you. Okay. And then she writes me this kind of weird message where she says something's fishy, and then I get no response back, no thank you. Yeah, I got paid. Now I understand what's going on or anything. She just, oh, I'm off until the end of the year. My kid got sick. Do you really want to see me for an hour? Yeah, I do, but your kid's sick, so am I a monster for asking you to do your fucking job? Man, I wish I was working a job where I can get paid 120 an hour and I don't have the money to have somebody look at my sick kid for 45 minutes. You know, no, maybe you should get the hint. I can't get the hint because I'm autistic. I don't know. You have to tell me. I need the facts. I need information. I need to know what you're actually doing. Because if I keep calling you and you tell me, oh, yeah, yeah, we'll talk to you later today, and then a week goes by and you don't want to talk to me, then, like, we got a problem, right? Then I need to find another therapist. But if you keep leading me on and going, oh, yeah, we'll get back to you by the end of the day, and then you don't, what do I wait until the beginning of the next year to talk about this shit? I'm just so done with trying to ask people to help me and they don't have time for me. They only want to see the success, you know. Um like my uncle Tommy says, "We were so proud of you." Were when you came back from the Marines. That's interesting because it's only when I did something that added to the family name were they proud of me. Huh. And, like, I know maybe I'm not supposed to see it that way, but there's got to be a reason why. I'm out here in Michigan and my other family is in Pennsylvania and New York. There's got to be a reason why dad moved away because he can't stand being around his family, right? I think my mother moved out here and she's staying here because of me. So, in order to break the cycle, right? I have to move, and mom's gonna have to sell her house. Mom's gonna go back to Pennsylvania where she really wants to be because, um, you know, I want to buy that house eventually, right? But I don't have $10 million to do it, and I just want to have it to keep it as a memoriam of here's where Solferino was born. Here's where Steve Softwell. Here's where I was raised. And I want to keep it as my house. Mom's living in that house so that I can eventually have that chance, I think, of having it. Not so I can live in it. I've got a mansion planned. Eventually. If I can do it correctly. I think I can make that happen. But, see, that's the thing. I don't have a lot of people that believe in me. No one takes the time to get to know me. I gotta figure this out. Oh no. Rant over. But I got a lot of issues I gotta figure out.